It's time for Mornings at 8 with Jonathan Mark on AM 1480 WLEA.
Well, yes, it is time for Mornings at 8, and here we are bright and early, around 5 minutes after 8 o'clock on a Monday morning, the Monday after Christmas. That's right. Have you recuperated yet? Just a rhetorical question. I don't know. Yeah, it was kind of a busy week last week. I mean, a really busy week with Christmas right smack in the middle of the week, and New Year's will come in the middle of this week. So it's been a very interesting week, and this week will be interesting too. Yeah, I've noticed that even in the past few days, a number of people have taken their outside decorations down. I don't know. We leave our stuff up maybe another week or two. So we're a little slow, but a lot of people have taken it down. And, it makes you kind of, all of a sudden when the lights are up, it's really nice. And when they're down, you notice that they're gone. It really does cheer a place up. It really does. Well, let me see here. Yep. What is going on? What is going on? Oh, it's 45 degrees. By the way, I thought I'd throw that in there. Kind of mild. It really is kind of mild. Anyway, where do you start? And what has become of us? I mean, really. The spate of attacks on Jewish people in the New York City area, Brooklyn, Rockland County, stabbings, beatings, machetes, knives. I mean, what is going on down there? And it isn't just in the New York City area. In the last number of months, there have been attacks on synagogues in other areas of the country. So what is going on? Then there was this shooting yesterday at a church in the Fort Worth area in Texas, and a guy opens fire with a shotgun in a church. Now, in the first place, how do you walk into a church carrying a shotgun and nobody notices anything? I don't know. Maybe that's how they are in Texas. I really don't understand that. But luckily, the parishioners were armed, or two of them were, volunteer guards, and they shot him dead to the shooter. So that whole incident took like 6 seconds from beginning to end. Took 6 seconds. But there's this violence going on against people of religion. And I have no idea what's prompting that. I mean, it's so sad. And all of a sudden, it's really accelerating. And Governor Cuomo and New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio were both on MSNBC's, let me see, one was on, where was this? MSNBC's Live, that was the governor, and de Blasio, where was he? MSNBC's Weekends, and both of them were on yesterday. And Governor Cuomo said, Trump is fomenting hate, and now we see it in Hanukkah attack. So the governor said, we tend to treat these situations as isolated episodes, but really if we just connect the dots, we have a pattern of hate in this nation that is only getting worse. We've seen almost weekly attacks on people based on race, color, creed. It's hate motivated. Apparently there was another shooting in Texas in a church, and now he said this yesterday, right? We've seen attacks against African Americans, Latinos, the LGBTQs, and let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. It's corrosive. It's an American cancer. That's what he called it. And then he went on, what can anyone make of President Trump's tweets? They say more about the sender than anything else. New York, he believes, is a Democratic state, and this is how he plays to his partisan base by demonizing Democrats. Democrats are evil. Democrats are bad. Democrats have lost their mind. They're anti-American. And he said, you foment that hate, and then you're shocked when you see these episodes of hate all across the country. And de Blasio said pretty much the same thing. Speaking on MSNBC, he said, Trump's hateful speech emboldened violent forces. So the both of them blame President Trump. And I'd like to point out just a little bit. Trump's son-in-law is Jewish. His daughter is a convert. His grandchildren are Jewish. So why the heck would you blame Trump for that? Where does he fit in? I don't think so. And by the way, it's rather self-righteous, sanctimonious, and just plain wrong, hypocritical, that these people blame Trump when all we've heard for more than 3 years is how evil Trump is. From who? To the Democrats, the left-wing Democrats. Not all Democrats are bad. A lot of people are Democrats, and they're perfectly good people. But the extreme left wing is doing nothing but just vile hatred of Trump, and is visceral and is vicious. And that's all you've heard for the entire time that Trump has been in office. Look at Hollywood, if you can stomach it, I guess. De Niro, need I say more? And a whole bunch of others. Trump is this and Trump is that, and really vile, nasty, hateful language for all this time. And what about the impeachment? I'm sure that there are a lot who are gleefully cheering on the impeachment hearings and really, really enjoying it. And it's been going on, well, a number of months ago, I had a story where, and I don't remember who I quoted, I just don't remember, but there was a deep stater who said that they were planning on impeaching Trump even before he was elected. Now, somebody had to be psychic, I guess, but even before he was elected, they were talking about impeaching him. And it got louder and louder and louder. I don't think he has done one thing right in 3 years, according to a whole bunch of people. Now, he's not the most politic guy, and he can be a little abrasive, but, the target of hate? Really? So if you're talking about hate, I think hate moves both ways. Okay? Hate moves both ways. And if Trump is lashing out at Democrats, who can blame him? The guy has been under constant 24-hour-a-day attack for 3 years, more than 3 years. So I don't know. I think that's just a little self-righteous there. I really do. Anyway, but it really is a sad thing. And along around Easter, I think it was, I had a show where I was talking about how religion is under attack. Well, literally under attack. Not just in a figurative sense, but it's literally under attack. I don't know. I think everybody just ought to take a breath. Just step back, take a deep breath, and think about where we're going, and why this is happening. And as I said, no, it isn't Trump's fault. And I've said before, and I'll say it again, I said 18 times in the past, I am not pro-Trump. I am not anti-Trump. I am pro the United States of America. That's what I'm pro. And this, to me, does not seem very pro the United States of America. It really doesn't. There's something seriously wrong here. Anyway, let's get, let me see, a little lighter. How about, this apparently is a season for crazy lawsuits. Yeah, let me see. Here's a guy in Canada. What's his name? Tarwinder Shokar. He's suing a casino in Canada after losing $260,000 during 2 visits, saying he never should have been allowed to place wagers in the first place. So it's the casino's fault. Let me see. Mr. Shokar alleges that Caesars Windsor in Ontario should have known about his compulsive gambling and alcohol problem during 2 October 2013 visits, and he should have been aware that he had been banned from other casinos for disruptive behavior. So, Shokar, who has criminal fraud convictions, said the casino overserved him alcohol and encouraged his gambling while he was intoxicated, according to the Windsor Star. That's a newspaper up there. So, let me see. Shokar is asking for his gambling losses and an additional $500,000 in punitive damages. his lawyer says, let me see, he's a compulsive gambler, and the casino was well aware of his past background, or should have been. So during his first visit in October of 2013, Shokar arrived with a bank draft card loaded with thousands of dollars and was given special treatment, according to a civil lawsuit. He was treated to a steak dinner and checked into the hotel, although he opted to spend the night at home instead. He lost $70,000 over several hours. Boy, some people have a lot of money, I'll tell you. He lost $70,000 over several hours in the evening and morning. Then he lost $190,000 during another visit a few days later before the afternoon was over. Boy, that was an expensive day. And he said the casino footed the bill for hundreds of dollars in taxi rides to and from his home. So he is now suing the casino. Anyway, so it's the casino's fault. All right, let me see. That was good. Yeah, here's another one. Nike. You know, the clothing thing, the sporting goods giant. A transgender former Nike contractor is seeking $1.1 million in damages from the sporting goods giant for allegedly allowing gender identity-based harassment. And who knew that there would be, well, they were using the wrong pronoun. According to a civil lawsuit filed this week, Nike and Maine's Brady Group, a staffing firm that hired workers for Nike, discriminated against Jazz Lyles. He was a computer engineer who identifies as transmasculine and prefers the pronouns they, them, and their. The complaint was filed in Multnomah Circuit Court in Oregon. And during Lyle's tenure at Nike, it says here, he was there for about a year, the engineer was repeatedly misgendered by co-workers, the complaint said. While Lyles notified management about the issues multiple times, the companies allegedly failed to implement any policy around the use of gender pronouns. The complaint reads, when someone refuses to acknowledge a person's gender identity or insists on referring to them by a gender to which they do not identify, called misgendering, this causes real and significant harm. This is particularly true when a person is misgendered repeatedly on a daily basis. So, he's suing Nike $1.1 million for gender pronoun abuse. Bet you didn't think that there was such a thing. Okay, $1.1 million. Okay. Let's try something else here. Okay, $1.1 million. Gender pronoun abuse. All right. What do we have here? Christmas. Interesting Christmas. We have two fires associated with Christmas. This is in Texas. There's a 12-year-old kid, and he wants a magnifying glass. Okay? And his mother, Nisa Lynn Parson, shared on Facebook how her family's Christmas day was memorable, to say the least, that's in quotes, after her 12-year-old son used a magnifying glass he received as a present to try to light things on fire. I think we've all done that. I've done it. You use a magnifying glass, you magnify the sun, you can set things on fire. Anyway, Caden, that's the child's name, asked for a magnifying glass for Christmas, Parson said in a video posted to Facebook. We thought, oh, he wants to magnify something. No, he wants to magnify something. No, he wanted to see if he can make fire with it. And he did. So Caden's father, Justin Parson, told Fox 4 that on Christmas morning when his son opened the magnifying glass, he reacted with, yay, a magnifying glass. So, and his other son in the background said, yay, now we can light stuff on fire. And this is still the father talking, and he says, and we're like, oh dear. Anyway, the two brothers go outside in the driveway, and they burned a couple of holes in some newspaper. But after one of them dropped the now burning paper, the blaze ended up spreading to the front yard of their home in the Dallas area. Everything was under control until the boys came running into the house telling us that a corner of the lawn was on fire and that the Christmas lights were melting. Oh. So, as his father wrote, Justin and I rushed outside to see the entire front lawn turning black. So the fire quickly spread, generating a cloud of smoke within minutes that one of the couple's sons said was as high as a tree. So now your front lawn's on fire. Okay, fine. Well, the fire department came, and neighbors came, and they were throwing buckets of water and blankets trying to smother the flames on their front lawn there. So he says, what a sight. A bunch of people running around crazy trying to put a front lawn fire out while wearing matching Christmas jammies. So that had to be quite a scene in Texas there. Okay. However, they did to save their house, and they got the fire out. All right. So it says that it appears that Caton also learned a valuable lesson after the incident. He told Fox 4, I shouldn't start any more fires. Okay, there's a pretty, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What else have we here? How about, now this is, I got to do this slowly here. Despite its dour demeanor, it says here in Fox News, an angry-looking tortoise in England actually had a very lucky Christmas day after firefighters rescued the reptile from a house it had set on fire. Now, in the first place, how would a tortoise set a house on fire? Now, there's a tortoise and a turtle. And without getting too specific, I believe that a tortoise is more tortoise-like and a turtle is more turtle-like. Or maybe I have that wrong. I'm not sure. Anyway, so the unnamed 45-year-old tortoise was alone at home when it knocked a heat lamp onto its bedding, which caught on fire. Okay? So it had a heat lamp. It catches his bedding on fire, and house fills with smoke. Smoke alarm goes off. And neighbors called the fire department, and there you go. So the firefighters came. They found smoke filling the house and a fire in one of the rooms, but they did get the fire out, and that was very, very good. I guess. Actually, the turtle should have called 911, or the tortoise should have called 911. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Oh, insurance. Everybody needs insurance, especially if you have a tortoise running around your home. You never know. He just might set the place on fire. Okay, you can do no better anywhere at all than the Ryan agencies. They have insurance offices in Hornell, Jasper, and Wellsville. They know what they're doing. It's like having your own personal insurance shopper. They have access to many insurance companies to find the best rates for you. They are insurance experts. They offer sound, friendly, unbiased advice. They don't work for any one company. They have all these companies at their disposal. They are the Ryan agencies.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NFL, on the final day of the regular season, Sunday night, the 49ers with a goal line stand hold off the Seahawks for a 26-21 win in Seattle. San Francisco wins the NFC West title and earns the 1 seed in the NFC playoffs. Seattle will play in a wild card game. In late action, Cowboys over the Redskins 47-16, while the Eagles beat the Giants 34-17. So Philadelphia clinches the NFC East title and will eliminate the Cowboys. Philadelphia's going to host Seattle in a wild card game. Titans over the Texans 35-14. Tennessee clinches a wild card spot. Texans will host Buffalo in a wild card game. It was in early action. The Dolphins beating the Patriots 27-24. New England falls to the 3 seed. They'll host Tennessee in a wild card game. Chiefs over the Chargers 31-21. Kansas City is the 2 seed. They get a first round bye. Packers beat the Lions 23-20. Green Bay gets the 2 seed and first round bye in the NFC. And the Saints down the Panthers 42-10. New Orleans will host Minnesota in a wild card game. The Browns fired their head coach, Freddie Kitchens.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Tesla's first car made in China has been delivered to an employee of a Tesla store in Shanghai. The first 15 cars made at Tesla's Shanghai Gigafactory are all being delivered to Tesla employees. Tesla hopes to step up production at the plant to 1,000 cars a week and eventually hopes to make 150,000 cars a year in China. Footwear company Tom's Shoes is restructuring. It'll transfer ownership to 3 investment firms, Jefferies Financial Group, Nexus Capital Management, and Brookfield Asset Management. Tom's Shoes has been struggling with debt. It has been known for giving a pair of shoes to a poor child for every pair it sells. On Friday, the Dow was up 23, NASDAQ dropped 15, S&P up a fraction. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
New year, new furniture, or possibly a better night's sleep on a new mattress. Whatever needs renewing in your home, Decorator's Choice is here to help. Shop their beautiful showroom with the most stylish and comfortable pieces of furniture. Get rid of that dog hair covered sofa and revamp that living space with the top, most trusted brands in the furniture industry. Say goodbye to restless nights and wake up feeling renewed on a brand new Restonic mattress only at Decorator's Choice, where they bring style and comfort together. Start the new year off right with Decorator's Choice, the #1 spot for furniture and mattresses at 37 Seneca Street, Hornell.
And here we are. Okay, let me see here. Where was I? Yes. Here's there's this couple. Where are they? They were in North Carolina, and this was last week. And they're asleep upstairs in the bedroom shortly after midnight. And they hear these loud noises coming from the first floor of their home. So rather than go downstairs and confront whoever's there, they hid in an upstairs closet, and they called 911. Uh-oh, this is trouble, right? There's somebody downstairs in the living room. So they're hiding upstairs in a closet, and the cops come. The sheriff's deputies, and there's nobody there. And they hear this banging noise. What is this? Well, you've heard of a Roomba? This jobber that vacuums your floor if you're like really lazy. So you program this thing and it vacuums for you. I don't understand it, but anyway. So this Roomba is they bought this Roomba a few days earlier. So apparently this Roomba had woken itself up in the middle of the night and decided to do some cleaning. Now, I don't know about you, but the fact that a vacuum cleaner wakes up in the middle of the night and decides to do some cleaning, I think is pretty spooky, scary stuff. Okay? That's just me. I don't know. In my book, vacuum cleaners don't think. But maybe they do. Anyway, so this vacuum cleaner is so smart, it gets stuck in a corner. So it's trying to get its way out of the corner, and it's going bang, 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 bang against the wall. And that's what it was. It was a Roomba stuck in a corner. But I don't know. That's got to be a cautionary tale there somewhere. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is, but anyway, so be sure. Do you plug these things in or what? I don't know. But I don't know if my vacuum cleaner starts running amok, man. I don't know. Okay, and what else have we here? It's a very strange news day. Really, really odd stuff. Let me see. What's this? Oh, a lady is this is in Texas. And she is finishing up her shift. I guess it's a shoe store or something. So she decided to check her bank account. Now, right there is a story right there. She's at work, right? But she's checking her bank account at work. I don't know about that. It's a little, I don't know. Anyway, so she finds an extra $37 million in her bank account. And she told a local TV station, I was like, wow, we have a lot of money. I guess $37 million, and there's the picture, the transaction and the account and all that stuff. Wow, $37,203,337. So she takes a couple of deep breaths, and she calls the bank and says, you know, this is probably too good to be true, right? And indeed it was. It was a clerical error. So she told the TV station, I hope someone really gifted us with that $37 million. Sure, of course, people normally gift people $37 million. Happens all the time. Anyway, so she said, for a brief moment, I was a millionaire. And I was daydreaming about ways I would spend the money. So she had the right idea. She would tithe 10%. That's good. Then I was going to donate money to this, that, and the other, and then invest in real estate. So she had her little thing there, $37 million in your bank account. Now, How clerical error, huh? Okay, fine. But she was a very honest lady, and she called the bank, and she didn't try to spend any of it. Who knows? I believe I hear the sounder. Yes, it is indeed. It is the sounder. And that's it for this morning's show, and I will see you tomorrow at 8:05-ish.